written that in the 60s, you actually taught briefly in Kowloon walled city.
Yes.
Right? Which is like this like famous, iconic 20th century Hong Kong, like
it's mythical almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So,
since it doesn't exist anymore.
Can you describe like what Kowloon walled city was when you were there and what your experience there was?
I'm sorry, Shelley, you said just now it doesn't exist anymore. What happened to it?
Oh, it was demolished. It was demolished in the 90s or the 2000s. I can't remember.
Yeah, I have a vague memory of that. That was, yeah. It was there because it was legally ambiguous who owned it. It was part of the Qing dynasty's outpost originally to Hong Kong. And then the Republican era also observed it as being part of the mainland's jurisdiction. And right into the communist years, that's the way it was. So when I went there, it was still no man's land. It literally stank when you walked in. The air was fetid, and the gutters were filthy. But people lived in there. And I volunteered to teach in a school that was run by a Baptist missionary, a Chinese Baptist missionary. And I was curious to see what the very bottom of society lived like. And I went in there and 2 days a week taught English in a elementary school. What was your question about it, though?
Well, I mean, I just wanted to know what your experience was like what it felt like being there, the conditions.
Well, I just said that the air was fetid when you walked in. It was clearly not clean. It felt like the other poorer parts of Kowloon in Hong Kong, but even more so. And my Chinese friends, even at the time, said, "Oh, don't go there. It's dangerous. They have drugs and weapons and prostitution and all of this stuff." To be honest, I didn't see that. I just saw poor people living the way poor people lived outside of Kowloon City, except even worse. And then I was impressed with the kids. Even though they lived in this place, they were bright, normal kind of kids. And when they listened to me try to teach them English, they laughed. They even laughed at me and stuff. I'll give you an example. I was trying to teach them how to say 3, because in Cantonese or any Chinese language, you don't have that sound where you stick your tongue out and you drag it across your top teeth to say 3. And so I told them, I said, okay, now first stick your tongue out. And that was so funny. What kind of language starts by saying stick your tongue out? And then we stuck our tongues out and then dragged them across the bottom of your top teeth and say 3. And some of them got it. Some of them couldn't. They still said free. But I had a lot of fun reacting with them. And they were lovable kids. So for me, it was partly a reminder that human beings are human beings, even if they live in the direst of conditions. And that's what it meant to me.
Did you like what you just saw? Well, check out Perry Link's book, The Anaconda in the Chandelier. The link is below. And if you want to watch the entire hour-long interview with Perry Link with tons of cool stories, check it out on our website, ChinaUncensored.tv. The link for that is below.